Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. We are here in Pocatello in Idaho and we're at the ADM. We are going to be delivering trees and fertilizer at the same time. We're taking this over to Ontario and we have 6,615 pounds on the trailer. This is the default SCS drop trailer. I'm not doing anything fancy with the trailer. Trailer's free. The truck is the K100e by Mr Overfloater. It's also free. And you might notice that you may have never seen a flatbed on the K100. This is actually part of the DROM add-on. It is on Truckee. I will have a link down below. It essentially gives you an extension on the K100. This is also by Mr Overfloater. And you have three options. You can get it in a flatbed like you can here with 11 different cargo. I chose fertilizer. You can also get it with a tanker, and you can also get it as a box. And a lot of people use it as a box and put a moving trailer on the back of it. And there are several skins that match the truck and the DROM and the trailer for that kind of setup, but I haven't seen too many people doing it, using it with the flatbed option, and it makes sense to pick something similar in cargo. And from the ADM, we're going to RP that we can pick up fertilizer here, and we can pick up trees. And again, we're taking it to Ontario, to the Home Depot, to drop off. I will not expecting the fact that I have no idea what's going on here with the trees, why all the tie downs and stuff are pink. This is just an SCS trailer. You would think that that would at least be covered, but for whatever reason, even SCS doesn't have it all together. So they're missing some sort of textures there. We'll just kind of work with it. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get in the truck because we gotta move. I think this is an urgent delivery. The engine is a Cat 3306. It's from Steele Productions, 350 horsepower, and we have a 15 speed from Fury 6 with a 4.1 differential. So we're definitely gonna get there. We're just not gonna be getting there fast. All right, get the four ways on. We'll get the driver window down. Parking brake is already off, so let's go ahead and get going. Hope you guys are having a good weekend, getting your driving in. I've been doing a lot of it this weekend, and finalizing a lot of the mods that are finally coming online. I'm working with 1.5. This is a profile that I haven't used in quite a while. Definitely haven't used it since 1.5 released. And I did have to take out probably about 15 or 20 mods. But it's funny, I probably still have over 100 mods in here. And what a difference just a little bit of time makes. Because when 1.5 dropped, even within the first week, I had to heavily edit all of my stuff. Go through and just make sure it was pretty much bare bones before I could actually run anything. I only took like 20 mods out, still have a ton, and it works just fine. So everything's getting updated. I know we're kind of going off the map here, but I think this road is going to end up tying into the rest of it, so we'll just go with it. I like to take the back roads for this. Get a shot of this truck and trailer. Truck with the DROM add-on. We don't need those beacons on. I'll go ahead and get those off. Yep, figured it would tie in. Usually at the ADM it does end up tying in. No traffic coming. Wouldn't really expect it on this kind of road. Not that we're going to be on this road for very long. We can get the four-ways off. Definitely going to take the scenic route here. Yeah, come on, SES. It's your trailer. Why are the tie downs like that? Killing me. I really like this DROM add-on. I've run the tanker, I've run the box before, but this is the first time I've actually run the flatbed extension on it, and it looks pretty cool. Definitely lets you RP a lot better, because it kind of makes sense. You're delivering trees, might want to put some fertilizer on that, so can we get both in one drive? And that's kind of what we're doing. So ADM, a source for Home Depot. If you want to know where Home Depot gets its trees and fertilizer, straight from the farm. So we're just kind of playing delivery guy today. Went with a pretty simple skin. Skin actually ended up coming with just a basic skin that came with the truck. I didn't do any other add-on or anything like that. So I've been running a lot of my transmissions with a pretty high differential, 4.1, 4.3, 4.5. It's kind of cool. I mean, obviously you go a little bit slower, but I think it's probably a little bit more realistic. I mean, it would be a lot more realistic if we were carrying a little bit more than like 6,000 pounds today. And obviously the weight of the fertilizer is not simulated on this. It would be cool if that were the case, but it is not. As we get on the highway here. Oh, come on. Quicker shifting. Alright, we are on the road. Let's get the window up. Never did get that up. So what do you guys think? What do you normally drive? Do you normally drive it for good highway speeds? Do you drive it with a high differential like 3.9, 4.1, 4.3? Or do you guys just kind of mix it up? But the last three that I've put together in various trucks, I've had 4.1 or above. And I'm really kind of getting used to it. Obviously you don't fly. In this case, 70 miles an hour, we won't even get close to that. Probably just cruise here somewhere between 55 and 60. And you go a little bit slower. It doesn't extend the trip a whole lot, but I noticed that it helps a whole lot for screwy AI because you're not going fast enough to where you can really get yourself into too much trouble. Now watch, now that I said that, some screw is going to happen around this corner. But yeah, it's kind of like, well, if I can't predict it and I can't, like if this truck has to stop for whatever reason, AI is going to be able to stop in like 10 feet. And I'm not going to be able to, and if I can't do anything about that and I don't want to crash, I can always just go a little bit slower. But this is probably the top speed anyway. I don't like to cruise any more than about 1600, maybe 1700 RPMs. So we're going to pretty much just kind of chill here. But I like, yeah, it's just kind of a feel, like you actually get that feel that you are in a big, slow truck. Your goal is not to get it down the road as fast as possible. And I kind of go through phases where I'll pick a really high, powerful engine, something like in the 550, 650 range, and I'll just fly down there with like a 3.2 differential. So I'm going like 85. Definitely go through phases like that. Now I'm trying to play it a little bit more realistic. What would a truck really do? Especially simulating weights. And this is barely any weight at all. I might as well, 6,000 pounds, I might as well be driving empty for sure. but I was looking more to get the type of, you know, load combo. Like what goes good with fertilizer. Trees makes a whole lot of sense. Unfortunately, it's a really low weight cargo, but that's okay. We're just kind of going for looks today. And it definitely looks functional. I mean, normally if you were taking these two types of things, and they are very similar in terms of usage, then why wouldn't you be able to, why shouldn't you be putting it on the same load? So, it makes a whole lot of sense to just run the fertilizer with the trees all at the same time. So we got a little bit of traffic, but not too much today. AI is behaving so far. I like to see it. They're just moving along just like they're programmed to. It's crazy how many glitches happen. It seems like on every drive I get something happening weird with AI, and it's like, really? You're just programmed to do one thing. How can there be that many glitches unless glitches are like programmed into it so that it could be a little bit more random? You know, if that were the case, as much as I complain about AI traffic, if the glitches that cause traffic jams and everything was actually a planned thing, like planned chaos, then I would actually have a little bit more respect for it. That would be kind of cool. In fact, I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to say that was their plan the whole time, in order to have random chaos. Anyway, so yeah, for those of you that are newer to the game, the K100e by Mr Overfloater is a staple, free on the Steam Workshop. I'll have a link down below. The add-on on Truckee is really cool. It's not something that I've run a whole lot, but it definitely gives you a different look, gives you a different flavor. Nice to mix things up. And I was going to go with some JCB tractor, because I just picked up the JCB DLC. I think it's like $5 or $6 or something like that. You can get it on Steam Workshop. And but I decided no. In fact, let's just go with similar things. They're growing fertilizer, they're growing trees. Let's just go ahead and ship both of those things. But anyway, we're just kind of getting down the road here. What do we have? We have about 2 hours and 15 minutes game time. Let's see a little bit more on the exterior, and I'll catch up with you a little bit farther down the road. See, when something like that happens, it's just a lot easier to get going or get stopped. I do want to keep going straight though. Why doesn't this guy just go? We're clear to go. I am not going to be taking this. Actually, I'd probably just take this off ramp. It's probably just going to have me get on the on ramp. Let's go do that. It's probably what all these other guys are going to be doing. that was a quick detour. Sometimes those detours end up adding another 2-3 hours to your drive. Oop. Probably get going in third. Come on. Get into gear. There we go. Is this guy gonna try to sneak in too? It's actually cooperating. AI is doing pretty good today. Even with all the merging right before the closure, everything seemed to be pretty organized. Sometimes things just all kind of come together and they don't fall apart horribly. They must have opened the road. How are those guys already coming on? Or they just spawned in. That happens a lot in the game, obviously. Not entirely realistic, but I don't know what else they're gonna do other than spontaneously spawn in trucks. It's not like they should be running simultaneously all through the game, even in places that you aren't. So well, this has been a relatively easy drive. AI's been pretty compliant. We haven't gotten ourselves into any sticky situations. There was a road closure. That was pretty simple. It's nice when things just kind of go to plan. And I like the road closures too because it makes it realistic. I tend to not have it on any more than about 20 or 30% because you don't want to have, I mean, you're not realistically going to have road closures on every drive that you have, but frequent enough so that it keeps you on your toes. And probably the biggest thing that's been helping just all around is just driving a little slower. And I haven't had nearly as many accidents since I've started to do this. You don't have the same highway speed when you have like a 4.1 or a 4.3 or anything like that. I also don't have a GPS, so it's easier to bail yourself out of situations, especially with crazy AI. Looks like we're just about there. There's the Home Depot. Pretty easy drive. Not bad. Didn't even have to use any of the low gears. I mean, with, what, 6,600 pounds, wouldn't expect to have to do that. But we're getting this fertilizer and these trees off to Home Depot. Alright, go ahead and get the four-ways on and get the window down so we can talk to these guys. Let me go see where in the back they want these, and if they're expecting them, or if we're on time, or I'll be right back. Okay, they said they do have an opening, so we can go ahead and drop them off now. These shouldn't be too hard to get off the truck, so they're not even going to need to put it under the covered area. We're just going to be out in the open. Just need to bring a forklift over, basically. We'll have these things offloaded in no time. See, you go through the 3 gears and you're still not even at 10 miles an hour. There's a lot of shifting, especially on the low end with the higher differential. That's what I notice. I'm sure that's the way it's supposed to be. And that can come in really handy if you got some heavy loads. Just not the loads that we're carrying today. But I'm probably going to still drive with a higher differential for a little while. Because I seem to be liking it, going through the, like I said, going through that phase. But let me know what you guys think down below. I'm sure we'll get back and get a nice like 3.2 or even a 3.5, get some highway speed back. But sometimes it's nice to just kind of take your time. Alright. Hit the horn so they know we're coming back. Question for you guys. I have the K100 in 3 different profiles, and this is the only profile where if I am in reverse, it doesn't beep. Is that a mod conflict? It beeps in my other profiles, just not in this one. I mean, it goes into reverse, it just doesn't beep. Obviously, you can't hear it. So, don't know if that's like some sort of sound issue. If anyone knows what is going on with that, have experienced that, I'm sure it's some sort of mod conflict. But if you guys have had that very specific experience and you guys know, let me pull up, know exactly what it is because you've dealt with that before with the K100, let me know. Might help me from having to go down the rabbit hole of, you know, trying to find the magic mod that isn't compliant or isn't playing well with this truck. There we are. Nice and easy. Get the parking brake on. Parking lights on only. Window up. We don't have to have our 4-ways on. We're pretty much out of traffic. No one's gonna be hitting us. Alright, well, welcome to Home Depot here in Ontario. Nice little add-on, this DROM add-on for the K100e. Also, thanks to Mr Overfloater for that add-on and the truck. Just the default trailer with us today, because I wanted to keep it simple and focus more on that DROM add-on. So that is kind of what we did today. If you guys have any comments or questions, go ahead and post them below. If you enjoyed what you saw today, or were even a little bit mildly entertained, go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you can see all my videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.